The city of New Orleans budgeted $57,500 for 2025 in overtime for all employees. That's just a fraction of the over $47 million they spent in overtime in 2024. According to the Office of the Inspector General, the city did not allocate funds for NOPD overtime. The OIG reports between January 2025 to July 2025, NOPD officers racked up 260,182 hours of overtime, costing $16.5 million. The OIG says the vast majority of those hours were essential. But the OIG says the NOPD did not report the use of overtime properly. According to the OIG, NOPD is required to provide monthly reports to the CAO on overtime expenses and get them approved, but reports they didn't. They say, though, it was sent to the superintendent's office biweekly. Plus, according to the OIG, there was no consistent tracking of overtime or verification that officers worked the overtime hours they said they did, which the OIG says increases the risk of payroll fraud. Now, NOPD has an overtime budget of $23.5 million this year. New CAO Joe Geruso is overseeing it.
Now, NOPD, fire, and EMS, their overtime lives in the CAO budget and not in the respective budgets of those departments. So we are responsible for approving those.
Plus, according to the OIG, some additional changes have been made since July of 2025. They say there's now hard limits on overtime. There's updated policies for payroll and timekeeping, and supervisors are prohibited from using overtime to fill staffing shortages caused by improper scheduling. There are additional changes the OIG still suggests, like ensure there's funding for coverage of unanticipated events. In a statement to WWL Louisiana, NOPD said in part, in 2025, the city did not allocate a designated overtime line for NOPD, which made long-term planning and oversight more difficult. With a clear overtime budget now in place, we have defined guidelines and structure to manage overtime the right way. Alyssa Curtis, WWL Louisiana.